if we are successful at preventing this thing from going crazy and killing millions of people, which I don't know. I don't know if we are or not. I can't. It's hard to put your finger on the pulse and see where we're at.
Well,
is this working?
Assume that we.
Let's say that we are, right? This thing is going to go in history as the biggest hoax, because without a mountains of dead bodies, then we overreacted.
Yes, and that's what some are saying, that the economic impact could potentially be greater than the impact on life. Right? It could be the other way around, but it seems like the economic impact is going to be huge. And that's why some are comparing it to the Depression, because they're still saying, look, we have at least another month before it potentially peaks. Right? At least another month.
The hysteria,
No, the actual disease.
No, the actual disease.
Yeah, so they're saying another month before, who is they? Well, I'll let you guys do the research on that, right? So 1 month, potentially 2 months before the disease actually peaks, right? Up to 6 months before it's like completely gone, right? So like I said, we still don't know if it's really going to be lives that are, tons and tons of lives that are going to be.
Where does the hysteria peak? At the same time as the disease peak? Do they go together, or are they?
I think they might go together, but because it seems to be the growth seems to be somewhat exponential. Like for example, in our area, like 2 weeks ago, there was like one person infected, and now there's like hundreds, which may not seem like a whole lot, but when you think about it, that's like a multiple of quite a bit. So it's an exponential growth.
Yeah.
And if it continues on that trend, it could just stop tomorrow. But if it continues on that trend, the exponential growth means that in a few weeks it's going to be like, like 1 million people in this area, stuff like that. So we hope that it's not going to get to that point. But so we have to kind of wait and see. And while we're waiting and seeing, we might want to, distance ourselves a little bit, which is kind of what the authorities are recommending, right?
Yeah.
It's how effective that is. I mean, it's all kind of rule of thumbs, Yeah. Like if 6 feet away is going to help you, but if like there's a fan behind you blowing thing, I mean, it's not really going to, So it's all kind of general rules that are, nothing's for sure, basically.
But if the breadwinner of the family has to go outside to work in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, if he gets it out there, then the whole family. So then, like, the whole staying home was for nothing, essentially.
Correct. Yeah.
And if every home has one of those, then you did. I mean, all you did was, well, we're trying to flatten the curve, I guess. That's what they're trying to do. We're not trying really to prevent people from getting it, I guess, right? They're just trying to
prevent the spread as much.
We're trying to delay. Because I think, do they think that it's not, this is not preventable? Like, we're so interconnected, I think that we're all going to get it.
Yeah, there's
probably,
some
right?
experts that were saying that that potentially a lot of us could have already been infected. I think we talked about this yesterday, and it was so mild that we didn't even realize that we got it. And I think some estimates.
But do you think that's actually true? If it was coming from China and it would take a while. I mean, I know the world is super connected and stuff.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that is apparent: the more affluent parts got it first, and that would make sense because people travel more internationally, right? Like for example, we live in county of San Bernardino. We're not as affluent as maybe Orange County and LA County, right? And so therefore, there's not as many people flying to and from China coming to this county. So that's why it took longer for cases to start popping up, right? Yeah. So could many of us already had had it
potentially? I mean, that's the thing, is it's not really certain. So potentially we could have already contracted it. It's just hard to tell. It's hard to tell because it's also like supposedly a novel strain, So it's like we don't know that if we would have contracted it, we have any antibodies that could protect us from it. So
that's the fear, right?
Yeah, so maybe it's possible that if we contract it, it's going to be bad, or it could be that we already got it and it was so mild that, we just we had to spit every once in a while, and
Yeah.
A few days later we had a sore throat, and that was it, and then we got over it. So it's kind of up in the air. We're not really sure.
We don't really, we're not sure, and we don't know what to believe because fake media,
Yeah,
fake news.